So now we're gonna work the fade. First things first, we're gonna debulk the sides of his head. I use wall, so I'm gonna use my wall 5-star magic clip with the number 2 guard on it, and we're gonna work up to our initial guideline that we set following the bone structure. And now I've created a plane to work on. Now we're gonna create an initial guideline. I'm gonna be using my wall cordless detailer, and we're gonna create a shape, leaving it bulky in the front and dropping in the back. We're gonna create almost what's called a burst fade around his haircut. Now, to get the shape that I'm looking for, I'm gonna go ahead and line his C-cup around the temporal bone right here, just to give myself a guideline. Now that I've created my C-cup, now I can follow the point, creating an arc around his ear. So now we've created a base shape for the haircut. So now to create salon efficiency, I only have 30 minutes between haircuts. So what I've done is I created a method that's gonna give me clean and consistent results within the time frame so that I can maximize my money-making ability throughout the day, right? Now it doesn't matter if you take 45 minutes, hour and a half to do a men's haircut, you can still use these methods to help you eventually get a method down and speed your process up so you can make more money buying the hair. So next thing is I'm gonna put my half guard on, which is this 1.5 millimeter guard, and we're gonna create a section. Fading in sections keeps my ADD brain focused in between a set parameter that I set for myself. So we're gonna create a section following this initial guideline. Pull that guard off and we're gonna go open. Really focusing with using the corners of my blade. I'm not gonna come in full flush. I'm almost essentially gonna point cut out any dark spots that I see, working the lever down until the bottom line disappears without breaking the plane that I created. And in between every section, one of the main things that I like to do is do a mirror check. I want to look in the mirror that I'm far away so I can look and see if there's any darker spots that I need to smooth out before I move on to my next section. Looking smooth to me, so we're gonna move on. Now we're gonna put on our number 1 guard. We're gonna keep it all the way closed. Section number 2. And whenever I think of sections, I like to think of it as 1 finger length, half a finger length, or 2 finger lengths above the initial section. So this one I like to do a half a finger length. Now that we've created the section with the number 1 guard, we're gonna put our half guard back on. We're gonna open it up halfway. And using the corners of the blade, I'm gonna make a little circular motion to point cut out that existing weight line that we have without breaking the plane of the section that we created. This helps keep you from getting lost. And for me, it helps create a stretched out, smoother fade, which grows out better, especially if they're gonna wait weeks in between haircuts. Boom, and now we're gonna do a mirror check. I told you, Gary, you're gonna look pretty. Following the same guideline that we have making around, we're gonna blend it up into the number 2 that we already have set. You need to notice how everything is starting to get blended with just a little bit of refinement. Now that we have our last section, we're gonna pop the previous guard on, which is our number 1. We're gonna open the lever about halfway. Last mirror check before I start scissor refinement.